But now it's high time to announce our first speaker, ask him to come up on stage, a kind of a hope carrier for all those who feared that the right-wing populism effect would take over in Europe and in the US. I'm pretty sure many French guys would like to call him and ask him how to go about avoiding the many things he's shown us, but today he is here as a new patron of the EARTHtalks. A big hand for our federal president, Mr. Alexander van der Bellen.
Dankeschön.
Thank you. Thank you. At some point, somebody's going to explain to me what a patron or a Schirmherr in German, a gentleman with an umbrella, is. But anyway, I enjoy being your Schirmherr or your patron. I can't see anything out there in the room. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is normally how you start a talk. Dear friends is what I would love to add. First of all, I would like to thank you for the friendly invitation by Adam Pavlov, the managing director of NEONGREEN Network and the EARTHtalks. He and his co-organizer, Andrei Karzai, have brought so many distinguished guests here, many activists, the way you see them sitting here around the room. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. I believe there's no need to enumerate all of them. Sulak Araxas has already been welcomed. He's already present physically. Andrea Crosta is going to talk about how he saved elephants and himself. And Bunny McDermott, well, we know her at least from literature. Back when in New Zealand, the rainbow warrior of Greenpeace was sunk by the French Secret Service, if I remember correctly. Now, we are confronted with such things, and unfortunately we have to count on them happening. Now, something that really impressed me, coming here for the 10th time to the EARTHtalks, or this network and this dialogue, this mutual inspiration, and the fact that different people coming from many countries and many backgrounds, and they are jointly, and the emphasis is on jointly, trying to build a better future for spaceship Earth. I don't like it. It's a technical, it's a concept from the technosphere, so let's just call it planet Earth. Congratulations on the 10th anniversary. That's quite an achievement to have organized the EARTHtalks for 10 years running. I know this based on former experience, my own person. Angie Rata is also here for the 10th time tonight, and Angie, in an interview she gave in 2015, said, we no longer want to mull over problems, we know the problems, we want to motivate people to do something about it. This applies to environmental policies, protecting the climate, and for all kinds of policies in general. And so it's about this motivation of motivating each other to do something concrete, to do something to make sure that this planet remains viable, not for the planet's sake, but for our own sake, because we live here and our children and grandchildren will be living on this planet. And this dream moves more and more people on this world who do not want to be discouraged or demotivated. They want to dream of a peaceful community, let's put it in a bit more pathos, who want to preserve creation, as Catholics put it, and the more simple people like us maybe call it differently. So it takes a lot of energy, a lot of patience, and we need to maybe exhort ourselves, encourage ourselves. I'm a simple economist, as some of you may know, and at the University of Vienna I started reading about the problem of climate change from the economic point of view, and that was maybe 30 years ago. And we, the economists, at the time were made aware of this real problem. And the climate researchers, physicists, and others should have worked developing the issue maybe 20 years earlier than that. And then it takes another 30 years for the Paris Agreement. So these are long time periods, maybe even the lifespan of a human being. But it is still worth it. It is well worth spending all the energy and coming up with the optimism, this positive spirit, because one day we will be able to not only discuss these essential problems of the future, but to also take decisions accordingly. I believe that is another reason why they're here. In order to hear how other people did it, you decided to assume responsibility, you decided to do something concrete. This can and will, I'm convinced, turn into something new, and in the past 10 years, something has evolved. And I have my pathos-laden day today, so if I can consider every one of you as a source of hope, then we have this little brook which will turn into a river, a stream, which will get things in motion. There's no need carrying coal to Newcastle. I think that you all know that we are faced not only with the climate challenge, but also the water scarcity, then the diversity of animals and plant species. But, of course, we are staying with it, and we'll stay on the ball. There will be several conferences in Vienna referring to the same topic. The next one coming up, I think, will be on the 20th of June. None less than Arnold Schwarzenegger will support us in the R20 Austrian World Summit. Arnold Schwarzenegger, as most of you will know, has his own very effective organization protecting the climate that helps implementing projects protecting our climate in cities and regions, so at the sub-state level, where real grassroots action is happening. So he supports information about, and he also supports best practice examples, in particular in the area of climate protection. So welcome back on the 20th of June in the Wiener Hofburg in the Vienna Imperial Palace, not in my own private office, of course, but right next door in the Hofburg. And I believe that we here in Austria, who have decided decades ago to say no to nuclear power, and for decades we have been leading in the area of protecting our environment and our climate, with some setbacks, of course. We have to mention those too, but I think we would be well advised to carry this idea forward, and as an economist, being an egotist, also from the economic point of view, because in many of these markets you can also make quite a lot of money, and making money with good things is something beautiful, after all. So all the best. Congratulations on your 10th Earth Talks, and stay the way you are, full of energy, activists, committed. Thank you.